Welcome back, Soulful Society, to Soulful of Wellness,
the multi-generational podcast brought to you by two functional imperfectionists
and certified coaches
who deliver tips to live your most authentic and balanced life.
Here at Soulful of Wellness, don't know if you know this, but we are dog lovers.
You might have guessed that somewhere along the way.
This is a dog lover society. Not to say we don't love and appreciate cats. Cat lovers, we hear you, we see you, we love you too. But today's episode, if you clicked on it, you likely fall into that same camp and are lucky enough to call yourself a pet Paw-rent. Get it?
Good one.
Paw-rent. For most of us, our pets are more than just our companions. They are our family. And who wouldn't want their family members to remain as healthy, well, and happy as possible?
Hello, Soulful Society. Thanks for joining us for another week of wellness goodness.
Before we get into today's topic, we wanted to announce our gratitude giveaway, courtesy of Soulful Society member and longtime listener Kenny Fitzgerald and his company, Tech Systems. You have the chance to win a free year-long subscription to the app Calm. Thank you, Kenny. You legend. We are so excited. All you have to do to win is leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify by the end of the month. Or if you've already kindly left us a review in the past, please get a friend to leave a review and DM us a screenshot of their review. You have until March 31st to be entered to win. We will announce the winner who will be picked at random on our April 7th episode. Happy reviewing!
This week is particularly special. It's near and dear to our hearts. We're going to focus on nurturing and giving back to our very favorite fur babies. They do so much for our happiness, our well-being, and our sense of peace in the world.
I mean, studies show that when we focus on helping and giving back to others, it doesn't have to be just humans. It can have a really positive effect on our own wellness. So, to ensure that your pet remains healthy throughout the year, consider these 7 tips from the American Pet Products Association and the American Kennel Club. Before we dive into the 7 tips, we want to chat about this idea of holistic wellness for our dogs. I came across a lot of interesting articles while researching holistic wellness for dogs. I'm super stoked to share with you. So let's break this down for a moment. Holistic, this term, it can be misconstrued a lot, I feel like, on the internet. But really what it means is holistic medicine treats the person, or in this case, animal, as a whole. So that means taking into account their mind, body, and spirit. Holistic medicine often uses several different practices and healing modalities, including massages, chiropractic treatment, aromatherapy, nutrition, and even sound therapy to address a variety of ailments and conditions.
I think part of why it gets into this gray area or can be really confusing because people think holistic and they think alternative. Alternative is a piece of holistic, but traditional medicine is very much an important part of holistic wellness. Going to your doctor, preventative medicine, getting regular checkups, taking medication when needed, keeping your body moving and healthy. That's all important parts of holistic medicine. It's not saying trash all that pharmaceutical stuff and traditional Western ways of thinking. Not at all. That's part of it. But so are many other practices.
And I think, it's definitely a personal preference, right? Like some people may choose the holistic route and only prefer to practice natural healing modalities. And some people are like you and I, Kit, where we appreciate and practice both Western and Eastern medicine practices and healing modalities. But what we learned at Georgetown and what we'd love to repeat to you is holistic at its core just means treating the whole person or animal, mind, body, spirit. So we're looking at the entire picture. We're not just looking at a symptom and treating that, like putting a Band-Aid on it.
Mm-hmm. People often turn to alternative therapies when their body doesn't respond the way they hope it will to traditional medications or traditional procedures or ways of healing something. Or they feel like adding something that maybe feels a little outside the box might aid in their healing or sometimes speed their healing. And for some people who have made nutrition, clean eating, and other holistic lifestyle choices a priority, it's only natural that they would make the same choices for their beloved fur babies. The American Kennel Club says that many veterinarians today combine holistic therapies with traditional vet care. I'm going to talk about a couple things in a few minutes that I've done with my lab rescues. But before you embark on any treatment, maybe one that we're about to talk about, please consult your vet to make sure that it is right for your pet. What's right for one dog may or may not be good for your pet.
Mm-hmm. This is not a one size fits all
Yeah, so
episode.
true.
I mean, it never is, right? So definitely consult your vet, get to know the ins and the outs, the specificities of your particular dog, your particular fur baby, and get approval from them before trying any of these things out. However, I will add a little caveat that most of these things are pretty harmless. They're meant to be healing.
That segues us into the first tip, which is prioritize regular vet visits. Just yesterday, I called and made the annual Well Pet appointment for Percy and Bear.
Preventative care. We stress for humans. Why don't we stress it for our dogs? I have my family dog, Bella, and I don't yet have a puppy of my own, but I'm very, very hopeful to get him or her by the end of this year. And so even if you don't have a dog of your own, I think today's episode could be really helpful if you're thinking about getting one, to prepare yourself for these things like vet bills and really know what you're getting yourself into.
When I was applying to adopt Percy and Bear, before you even get to the point where you're looking at specific dogs, you have to fill out all these forms and they ask you a lot of questions. And one of the questions was about how much money do you plan to spend on your dog annually? And I had honestly never considered it that way before. And I thought, well, however much it costs.
Endless.
Yeah, exactly. And it is something to seriously consider if you're thinking of getting a pet and you haven't had one recently and you're like me, a little out of touch maybe.
And I didn't research this specifically, and let us know if you want us to do research on this, but pet insurance I know can be a huge help, especially when taking into account some of these practices, activities, and such. Tool number 2, prioritize exercise and play. So this is super crucial for your dog's wellness as it is for your own. So what's cool is not only will having an exercise routine with your canine friend benefit his or her wellness, it's going to benefit your wellness as well. I mean, think of it as a 2-in-1. When you're walking them, you're getting a walk in yourself and you're bonding, which is great.
You're also getting yourself outdoor time. I had my first dog, and then there was a large gap in time where I didn't have a dog because my heart was trying to recover and prepare itself. That's why I was so out of touch with what things cost. It was years in between. And I can tell you, having had Percy and Bear for a little over 2 years now, I spend more time outside because of them than I did when I didn't have a dog at all. You know, I love being outside. I'll go outside anytime. Like I'll use any excuse to get outside. But just the fact, I know Bear just joined us.
You guys, Bear just joined us on the video chat. He knew we were talking about him.
I think he heard his name a lot. And he's like, Mama, you want me?
This guy, he woke up from his nap.
I always want you, Bear.
No, but for sure, if you're a regular listener, you know that we always stress the importance of nature being a part of your wellness. I was just telling you, Kit, before we recorded about how I'm so stoked for spring because my technology addiction has kept me inside, and I don't have my own dog yet, right? So like I'm not really forced to go outside as much as
Mhm.
I should and would be good for me. As far as your pet's wellness, which is really what we're focusing on here today, is an exercise routine helps manage their weight, obviously, keeps their heart, muscles, and bones strong, and also helps avoid boredom and frustration. That can lead to unwanted behaviors like destructive chewing, nonstop barking, all of those negative behaviors.
They need mental stimulation. They need to play. They need to explore their world through the smells and the sounds. And there's only so much that can be done from indoors, whether it's an apartment
Mm-hmm.
or a house. They need to go outside and just get those little brain neurons firing for their own mental, emotional well being, for their health and development. It's really important for dogs to have outdoor time. It sounds weird to say with a dog, but free playtime, time to just explore the world.
Yeah, do their own thing. When I was doing my research, it seemed like 30 minutes outside or 30 minutes of exercise a day seemed to be the median or seemed to be sort of the average time. But that really is going to depend on what type of breed that you have, how old your dog is, because I would argue probably an hour plus in a day. And you could split that up into 30-minute segments. But in my experience with our golden retrievers, they need a lot more than 30 minutes outside.
Any in the retriever family, the
Yeah.
first 2 years, let's
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest, they're crazy. They're just
They're
crazy.
psychos.
They
That's
are.
why they're so cute because they're psychos. Those labs are the destructive chewers. I feel like that was a call out to them. When they're babies, they're crazy.
Oh my God, I
Oh,
remember coming home from teaching when I was new to teaching, and he would have unloaded the garbage can from the kitchen one by one piece under the dining room table. So I'd come home from a long day and I'd be so tired and I'd crawl under the table and be pulling the garbage out and crying because I was just exhausted and frustrated. And I'd be going, I love you
yeah.
so much and you're killing me. So dramatic.
I think we've all been there. Seriously. I've been having stuff come up on my For You page on TikTok, which is like about the puppy blues. I'm actually really glad that these are coming up to put a different lens
Mhm.
over my rose colored glass of puppyhood because it is nuts. So just know if you're in that stage of the puppy blues, like we're here for you. You can write in your story to us. We'd be happy to share it if it can spread some joy.
Oh, and they're worth every tear, every
Oh,
piece of garbage, every
yep.
second of it. Yeah.
So, tool number 3, this one's great, dog massages. So, my dad, I always notice him doing this to our dog and to any dog that he's with, and they just melt in his arms. I think it's like a mutual stress relief. But what's really cool is anyone who's ever gotten a massage can attest to its healing and calming benefits, right? I mean, it goes beyond just relaxing sore muscles, it can improve blood flow and oxygen and even heal sprains and strains and reduce pain and obviously ease anxiety and stress. So it can actually have the same exact effects on your dog. Some experts believe that massage even strengthens the immune system, aids digestion and in the removal of toxins, and decreases blood pressure. And as a bonus, most dogs seem to like it.
Tool number 4, your dog's nutrition. There
Hmm.
are so many dog foods out there, so many available, and ads for ones that say they're better than the others. This is where your veterinarian can give you guidance because you can pay a whole lot of money
Mm-hmm.
for something that's maybe a little bit better, but not really much better, or maybe not even better at all. A lot of that is marketing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like marketing wars out there. Like I've even seen some commercials that are comparing themselves. They're just going after another
Mhm.
brand
Yes,
fully.
and they'll say, for $2.80 more a
Yeah.
day. But I notice a lot of what they list as the ingredients are what's good for humans. And so we hear that and we think, oh, that's got to be good. We want that for my dog. But remember, their whole digestive system is different than ours.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask my vet, hey, I actually want to meal prep for my dog. I think I want to experiment with that and cooking my dog food. And what do you think I should be putting in there? And Yeah.
and shouldn't be putting in there, because remember, things that build up in our systems, they have whole different things that their body struggles to digest or to excrete. You have to be
Definitely.
really careful.
Well, and we all know that there's a list of toxic foods, which we're not going to go over in today's episode, such as like chocolate and grapes. But let's focus on the good stuff, the good vibes for your dog's nutrition. So things like chicken, turkey, beef, pork, cooked eggs, salmon, sardines. Our dog actually takes a fish oil pill to help with her coat. It looks so beautiful. Bananas. Our dogs would act like psychos for bananas in the cutest way. Apples, sweet potato, rice, carrots, pumpkin, and of course, peanut butter.
Whenever you have to give a pill, hide it in the peanut butter. Carrots. My dogs love the baby carrots. So I always have a bag of baby carrots in the fridge for the horses. I think my husband started giving them to the dogs. The dogs love the baby carrots. You just have to be careful because they are high in sugar. They're natural sugars, but they're still high in sugar.
If your dog suffers from allergies like my Bella does, or digestive upsets, adjustments to his or her diet can really make a difference. And if we think about it, that's firmly changed my life. Adjusting my nutrition to heal different illness within me has really helped me. And so I can imagine that would make sense. And like our dog actually takes an allergy pill. And I'm curious, like, we've changed her diet several times. And I'm wondering if her allergies have actually gotten better on these different diets. But before you change his or her diet, please consult your vet to discuss what type of diet will most benefit your dog. Your veterinary healthcare team can help you select a diet that's backed by scientific principles and research that meets your dog's individual needs. We know across the board there are several foods that are good for most dogs, but you never know. Maybe your dog has a thyroid condition like Bella or allergies or something like that.
Certain breeds are prone to certain illnesses or deficiencies. So your
Mm-hmm.
vet will advise you. Tool number 5, sound healing. An Irish animal behaviorist and psychologist, Deborah Wells, studied the effect of different types of music on numerous breeds of dogs. She found that dogs in a shelter environment who were exposed to classical music spent less time barking and more time in a resting state. Ditch the heavy metal, the Metallica that get you riled up, because that heavy metal genre actually increased agitation in the
Wait, do you think
dogs.
any of our listeners listen to heavy metal?
I actually love Metallica.
I didn't know
Uh,
that about you. I learned something new today.
I like to have music playing if I know all the humans are leaving the house and the dogs
Yep.
are going to be home alone,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like, number one, it might drown out a little bit of noise from outside that might bother them, like delivery trucks, mailman, usual things. But also, classical music is soothing. That's my default station in my car.
Something that I'm observing through today's episode so far is that a lot of these healing modalities are used on humans and on babies. Your dog has a spirit, has a soul, has an entire personality. They are so emotionally intelligent. It makes sense that a lot of our healing modalities and our wellness practices work for them too. Well, number 6, aromatherapy, one of my favorites. So I was really pleased to learn this. If you've fallen asleep with the aid of lavender essential oils like myself, or just felt yourself relax from the scent of a candle, you can assume that calming scents will also help your dog, especially given their gift of heightened sense of smell. According to Barbara Royal, DVM, president of the American Holistic Veterinary Medical Association, scent is so important in an animal's life. It can change the way your brain functions, whether you're feeling alarm or discomfort. Wow.
When I got the new diffuser for my house, I didn't realize I had to Google each scent before I was able to use it now that I have
Right.
dogs. There are some that are
Oh, yeah.
toxic to dogs, and they said, just be careful because they do have that heightened sense of smell. They are very sensitive, so you have to be careful, because what we think is a pleasant level of aroma,
Right. This is not like a 1-to-1 ratio where, like,
yeah,
if you love it, your dog will love it. Like, no, there are definitely oils that are
yeah.
toxic. So, absolutely. please consult your vet before trying aromatherapy. Some essential oils are toxic for dogs and cats. I used to live with my friends in a townhome, and one of my roommates had a cat named Ziggy. And Ziggy, I don't even know, you guys. Ziggy turned into a different personality when I had my peppermint essential oil. He acted like he was whacked out on something, just spazzing out, sprinting around, going crazy. So research that stuff.
And tip number 7, grooming. Regular pedicures, fur trims, brushing, bathing, and I'll even add in brushing of the teeth because, pets get the tartar buildup on their teeth, and then the vet can scrape it off for them the way I guess our dentists cuff
Yeah.
people when it builds up. But often you have to sedate the dog to do it. So you're
Why?
don't
Wait,
bite the
but what
vet, I
about
guess. I
those
don't know.
bones? Back when our Bailey, this was like a really long time ago, but she used to love greenies and they would whiten her teeth. So they were like a chewing bone with the duality that they whitened her teeth. I don't know if those are still out there today.
Well, you know how some people get more tartar buildup and plaque buildup than other people? I think it's the same with dogs. So you have to know your dog. And if you can control it just through that, my Bailey, I used to brush his teeth. I won't say every day, but more days than not, which was enough. So I never had to have.
Yeah, and that upkeep is so important for your pet. Even like getting their fur trimmed and bathing them is super important. Like our dog, she can slip and slide everywhere now that she's older if her paw fur grows out too much. So it's not even just making sure your pet is beautifully spoiled and looks pretty, but it really does go beyond that, and it does go into some functionality as well.
Kaylin, about the thunder coats, right?
Yes, I do. If you have an anxious dog.
Yes. And Percy is anxious. He's triggered by anybody knocking on the front door, food delivery. I'm like, Percy, we want them to drop off the food. Stop trying to scare them away. So whatever I get for Percy, I get for Bear too, just
Yeah.
that. So I got them the thunder jackets, and they Velcro it on really, really tightly, and it feels like a big hug. For them, it's kind of like when we have a
Yeah, I was
weighted
thinking that.
blanket. And then I got on the mailing list for the Thunderworks company from buying the Thunder Coat, and they started sending me promotions and everything. So now they have Thunder Wonders calming chews,
Ooh.
and I got some of the hemp calming chews. So I give them one morning. One isn't a whole lot. It's not like I have drugged dogs walking around or anything, but it's all natural. It's organic. Bring it all down, take maybe the
Yeah.
edge off, and then you give them a few for if there's going to be a thunderstorm or fireworks or separation anxiety, if you're going to have to crate them to travel. You can give them a couple calming chews depending on their weight. And I have not tried the Thunder Ease calming spray, but it's the same thing, kind of an aromatherapy angle on it. Based on my experience, I recommend looking into it for your dog if your dog has anxiety issues.
Amazing. Oh my God. You guys, let us know. Like, should we do an entire episode on anxiety and dogs and anxious dogs? I would be more than happy to research that and do that episode. I find that very interesting. And it seems like a lot of these COVID puppies have anxiety. So I think it's a prevalent issue.
Percy does not like when I leave for work every morning. He looks at me like I'm betraying him.
Oh.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, whether you're a pet owner, a dog lover, whatever you may be. Thank you so much for joining us for another week of wellness goodness. And we hope that you learned a trick or two for your canine.
We'd love if you would, at this point, go over, hit that 5th star, write a little review for us. We would be so grateful. Thank you so much for listening.
If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that share button and share it with another dog lover or pet owner that you think would be really interested in this episode.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light. The Soulful of Wellness hosts are certified health and wellness coaches. This podcast is intended to inform and entertain listeners on their wellness journey. This podcast is meant to enhance, not replace, listeners' care from doctors, therapists, or other medical providers. So full